Whew. Drive home. I think I've done like 12 or 13 of these things. And last night I tried to do one that was kind of politicky, and I feel like I came across stupid because I was not I didn't feel like I was loaded for it. I wasn't really ready for the conversation. I have an opinion and I want to speak on my opinion, but I don't think I did that very well. So there's two things that I'd like to talk about today. One of them is leadership, like always. Being a leader in a corporate environment, kind of goes against everything I like to do. The conversations I like to have, the way I like to talk, the way I like to interact with people. It just doesn't feel like I should talk about these things, the things I like to talk about. So today, I have a friend at work, and we regularly have debates, and he is just very good at debating the other side. And today, we're talking about cultural appropriation, and Jesus, that was bumpy. Cultural appropriation is a concept that's hard for me to understand. We were talking about Charlemagne and Post Malone, and he was saying that Post Malone was culturally appropriating black music, and I don't care one way or the other. But cultural appropriation and being insulted by it, I don't understand. I'm not saying that somebody's wrong, but I honestly believe that, what's the saying? Copying something is the most sincere way of flattery, or something like that. I can't remember how it's what it is exactly said. Like, I guess by what he thinks, like if let's say somebody was to dress up like a luchador, it's inappropriate and disrespectful. And I don't exactly agree with that. I mean, if you go out and you do it in an exaggerated fashion and act a fool, yeah, I believe that's probably a little disrespectful. But let's say you are doing it because you enjoy or you like what you see, and you just kind of want to go out and do it. I don't think that's disrespectful. And so, anyways, we were having a conversation, and it's appropriate for me and him to have, because it's my homie and I fucks with him. It is not appropriate for me to have that conversation at work. Other people were in earshot, and who's to say they didn't have a similar opinion to him and found what I was saying highly offensive. I actually brought that up to him. I'm like, dude, I can't have these conversations at work. I listened to, I like Jocko Willink. And Jocko Willink, one of his, I think it's 10 rules for leadership. One of them is extreme beliefs in in either direction are not good. Extreme beliefs are not good. And I'm not saying that was an extreme belief. It's just, it's a belief that I should probably just keep my mouth shut. Also, a coworker came up today, and I'd asked him not to use tools. He's not a mechanic. It's not his job. On top of that, he's going into another mechanic's toolbox and using their tools without permission, and they're not even there. And I find that extremely disrespectful and rude. Just don't do it. Can I go through your wallet? No. Stay out of the toolbox. I'm just going to go out to your car and just take something out of your car. No. Cool. Stay out of somebody's toolbox. And so I asked him that. I picked up the tools that he was using politely, and I went and I put them back. I asked him to not do that. If you need the tools, to come see me, or I pointed him to the company toolbox. And I go back 10 minutes later, and he's doing it again. And my initial reaction is I looked at him and I threw my head to the side and I threw my arms out and I went, what the fuck? And I immediately kind of admonished myself and kind of dropped my head and talking to myself anyways. I can't talk to somebody that way. Because that's just the kind of guy I am. Just, it wasn't a rude, like, what the fuck? It was like, come on, man, what the fuck? And it's not appropriate. Sooner or later, it's going to offend somebody. So how do you break those habits? It's really hard to do, especially when I only try to practice them at work. There's no teachers for the. I asked for leadership training. Job said, cool. We're working on it. We got to find the stuff we want to give you. Yes, you're on the list. We're working on it, or it's on the to-do list, and we're working on it. Well, that doesn't mean that I can't not work on it on my own. Just to. I know that if there's a few things that some people would hear or tell me to do, they'd go, hey, whoa, no, can't do that. And so I'm trying to get rid of those before. And it's not easy. I'm a little sick. It's not easy. Especially because in every other job I've ever had, my bosses hated me. A little bit too crass, big mouth, too ball-busty, a little sarcastic, flagrant disregard for authority. Bosses didn't like me. So, it's also hard not to just be too personal with somebody. I need to not overshare, and I need to keep my mouth shut. I can listen. That's not the hard thing. I can listen all I want. I need to stop telling people about the foolish things I did when I was younger. Hasn't biting me in the ass yet, but if I keep doing it, it will. Just want to be on my grind. I want to take classes, but my schedule just it conflicts with my schedule. I'll never be able to get into some college classes and work nights as a mechanic / a supervisor. It won't. Won't work. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm looking for something deep to say. Love yourself and be who you are on purpose. See ya.